Hey, friends, are you there? Hey, friends, are you there? All right. My goodness, that took me a minute to get it figured out. I am so sorry for uh my delay. Let's see. Can you hear me accurately in the chat? Please go ahead and say hello. I'm so sorry for that. Let's see if it's all up and running. There we go. Okay. My goodness. Well, it is a pleasure to be with you all. Thank you for um joining in tonight. Where are you tuning in from? I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. And I know we've got several other people who'll be coming on here in just a minute. Go ahead and type into the chat wherever you're tuning in from this evening. My goodness, I had such a hard time getting it going. Well, very good. It is a pleasure to be with you all. I'm so glad to finally be uh, live this evening. The sorry, just the technical problem is still giving it to me. Anyway, tonight, very good. I'm going to show you exactly how to create a week's worth of polished content in less than 4 minutes with just one click. While other content creators are struggling with constant overwhelm and even burnout, smart coaches are using AI systems to grow their influence effortlessly. I don't know about you, but that is my own personal story. And tonight, we're going to dive into how we can fix that with a brand new AI tool called ContentGenesis.ai. If you're tuning in, perhaps you signed on through, just realized I got some background noise. You signed on through a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad. And if you clicked on that, then you know that this is a Content Genesis AI discovery workshop for our debut pilot program. Literally, as of tonight, we are opening the doors for the first time on this program. And so I'm so excited to share with you. I'm going to walk through step by step what that looks like. And just as we begin, I want to ask your permission before we get started. Have you ever been on one of these kinds of workshops or conference calls like this, and you keep waiting for them to sell you something, but because you're listening for them to sell you something, you don't end up listening to what they're trying to help you understand. I want to kind of clear the table on that. At the end of this, I will be absolutely offering you Content Genesis AI. It will be a free 7-day trial, and after that, it's only going to be $7. We are in beta, and we want you to be rewarded as an early adopter. My job is to make sure that at the end of our time, it's worth it, right? Would that be all right? I don't just want to tell you about something, how great it is, something that's changed my own life and is changing my client's life, and then not give you a chance to try it out. So if that's good with you, we'll proceed. But tonight, again, we're going to talk about how exactly, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a week's worth of polished content in less than 4 minutes with just one click. It works for me. It will work for you. Friends, my name is Eric Bledsoe. I am the founder and CEO of Content Genesis, and actually of Red Buffalo AI here in Nashville, Tennessee, and a Bledsoe Media Company. I was a long time, 20 plus year recording artist, public speaker, coming out of the Christian music world and Christian events. And so, as being in the industry as long as I was, my desire was to build a thriving, healthy business. Uh, I loved being with people. I loved providing content on and off stage, but I also wanted a healthy personal life. The problem was I could not balance all of the requirements of building a healthy career, what I knew I was supposed to be doing, with the person that I was becoming, with my personal life. And so let me see if I can. How does this work? Oh, look at this. See, I didn't even know that was on there. I'm learning. Thank you all so much for your your patience with me. Um, so this is what we're diving into today. My own personal journey was as I endeavored to build those businesses, right? And I'm wanting to. I know that I'm supposed to be creating content. I know I'm supposed to be publishing regularly. I hear it from Gary Vaynerchuk. I hear it from everybody on the internet. I just could not continue to keep up with the pace that was required and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Have you ever felt that way? Like you know what you're supposed to do, but you cannot continue the pace. Like it feels like you're on this treadmill, this rat race, day in and day out. The internet never sleeps and it never stops eating our content. And we create content and then it's gone within. They tell us the life cycle of an average piece of content is 6 days and it's gone. Man, absolutely soul crushing and not the way that I wanted to live. And actually for me, it led to burnout. I needed real professional help because I was just so overwhelmed with trying to keep that up. The epiphany came for me, like the moment when I was like, oh my goodness, was that when I realized I had the content creation process backwards. Instead of creating multiple ideas, like every day, trying to create a new piece of content, a new idea to put out there in the world, I realized that the best content creators are actually doing the opposite. They are creating they're multiplying one idea all over the internet through replication. And so the plan for me became, how do I build an automated system to transform one idea into platform specific content? I did not like a lot of what I seen, which is just like one piece of content and then you just see video clips of it everywhere. I wanted to present each platform genuinely, and yet I knew that there wasn't a tool out there like that. So for me, what ended up happening was I started an AI agency combined with my media company, and suddenly I had all these clients who had the same need. So I built an AI workflow, an app that we call Content Genesis AI that literally takes what used to take me 15 plus hours has now got it down to 4 minutes to deliver a full week's worth of content in one click. And so we're going to dive into exactly what that looks like. Here is the lie that I was believing. Here's the lie you may have heard. The biggest lie in content marketing is that consistency requires endless new content. But the truth is, the most successful creators produce original content, not more. What I discovered is that the successful creators were creating more content, but strategically multiplying one core idea through a systemic approach, a systematic approach. It's not that we have to have, a new idea for Instagram, Facebook, whatever. It's that we need to have one big idea that we can multiply and ship through the whole earth. And so the breakthrough for me was when I realized I had to stop creating for each platform, but build a multiplication system. My early attempts were awful. Have you had this experience, like where you log on to ChatGPT and then you ask it to create a piece of content, but then it doesn't get it right. It gets it close, but then you have to dial in the title, and then the nuance isn't right, and it sounds like it's a robot, and your followers can tell. Have you ever experienced that? Or maybe you enjoy Claude or Perplexity, or maybe you've just gotten lost in the sea of multiple tools. And that was the thing for me. I needed one tool for research, one tool to support my ideas and get produce evidence, one to create hashtags, one to create the wording itself. And it just felt like I was right back on the treadmill. What I learned is you need a system. You don't need more willpower or more tools. We need a system that produces our desired outcome. And so for me, though, in order to have that happen, I had to break several false beliefs, and maybe this is true for you. See if these resonate with you at all. The first thing that I was believing was that my tech is messing up. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I did not. I needed a system, not a treadmill. The content overwhelm that I'm feeling was not because I was not disciplined enough. And I thought, oh, I just need to try harder. I need to work harder. I need to do more. But it's just not true. That's the false belief. It's because we're trying to solve a systems problem with willpower. I realized that consistent content creation is not a willpower problem. It's a systems problem that requires addressing 3 other false beliefs. So maybe you felt this same way too. I used to think I need to create original content from scratch for each platform. But the truth is we need to multiply those pieces of content across multiple platforms. I used to think high quality content required hours of daily work. But it turns out with AI, there is absolutely no correlation between how long it takes us to create effective content and the output of work. And third, I used to believe that AI automation will make my content sound robotic or inauthentic. But the right systems crafted the right way actually enhance our unique voice. And so while everyone else is burning out, right, trying to be everywhere all at once, what if we could show up consistently across all platforms with just 4 minutes of work? And this was the goal of Content Genesis AI. I used to think I'm not tech savvy enough, so I can't use AI content systems. I know people say they're great, but it turns out that Content Genesis AI literally takes 1 click. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I used to think, oh, my niche is too small. I came from the Christian world, and I'm delivering a lot of really particular content in these venues. It turns out that's not true. In fact, the AI in a lot of ways is just smarter and knows more than I do, right? I used to think, oh, my audience will be able to tell that the content is AI assisted and will think less of me. It's just not true. When an AI is dialed in the way that Content Genesis actually enhances your voice, it hears what you say, but it knows what you mean. And so you might be thinking, I've tried other AI tools before and they didn't deliver, and this is just going to be another overhyped solution. So I want to help answer that by just saying, let's try and see what it looks like. So let's dive in. I am working on how it works. So how Content Genesis AI works. It takes one core idea and turns it into a week's worth of content with 1 click. A week's worth of polished content with 1 click without burning out. Let me see. Again, I am screen share. Yes, share my screen. Thanks for your patience. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that works. So, all right, cool. ContentGenesis.ai. And here we are live now. It should be coming through the feed. Waiting to see if it works on your end. It is not. Let me see. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Man, new tools. I'm learning them right now. Here we are at ContentGenesis.ai. Thank God I got it figured out. The way that it works is here is our homepage, and you've got the, of course, the offer there and testimonials on the front page. When you go into the classroom, you're going to see a series of prompts. In the top left, it says how ContentGenesis.ai works. And in this section, I walk you through tutorial on exactly how to work the prompts. But let me show you. So the first thing is you have your long form idea engine, followed by the content multiplier or the email generator. There are three specific areas that ContentGenesis.ai creates. The first one is a long form idea engine. This is designed to create a YouTube video, a podcast narrative script, or a live presentation format. So again, I've been a public speaker for years, and I use this even now more and more in my work. So here's the instructions. First, we literally click on this form. It's going to ask us to enter our name and our email address. Let me see if it, okay, so it looks like, because of the way this program works, I've copy and pasted here. All right, so it is going to take us to the long form idea engine. We're going to enter our name. We're going to enter my first name, my last name. Then we're going to enter an email address. And for, let's see, I'll block this out later, but it won't matter. All right, and then we want to tell it something. So let's say the first thing we need to tell it is who we are, right? My name is Eric. I'm, let's say, a guitar teacher. Just making this up. It's my good friend actually is this. I help busy adults learn to play guitar. We always want to tell it those three things: who we are, what our role is as a teacher, a coach, who we serve, which is the busy adults. And then we have to just tell them, what do we want to tell it? Now we can type this in here. We can talk text into the Notes app on our phone, or what I use all the time to do this is an app called Loom, where it allows a 5-minute video for free. So you record yourself and then just grab the transcript. You can ramble. It doesn't have to make any sense. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you just a quick idea. And I'm going to say, I want my students to know that they only have to practice 15 minutes a day to be great. Okay. And then I'm going to hit submit. And in 4 minutes, that's going to have a full YouTube video sent to my email. Now, what I actually have already had it send one just like that to my email before it ever got here. So let me see if I can share that on my screen as well. Well, let me do this. I got a better idea. Okay. I'm going to create a doc real quick with all this content on it so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Very good. Let me show it to you. All right, so here's a copy of what it sends in less than 4 minutes. So from a YouTube perspective, it's going to give you 6 options that are dialed into 6 known, highly successful ways of presenting on internet. The first one is a simple personal style, which is going to be almost exactly what you typed into the chat, or what the prompt, your own voice. And for this, it's given it a title: Why just 15 minutes of guitar practice will transform your playing. It gives you an introduction so that you can literally read it, put it straight onto your teleprompter and read it right off the prompt, and then go into teaching. It gives you point number 1, and a key insight for that point. Point number 2 and a key insight for that. Point number 3 and a key insight. And then action steps for your students or for whoever you're coaching. Option B is a friendly expert style, right? And this is patterned after somebody like Ali Abdaal, who's known for being a genius, but super friendly. And mindset transformer style is option 3, right? This is the one that resonates with me a ton. So it says like the 15-minute revolution: why most guitar students fail before they start. Introduction: have you ever told yourself, I'll practice guitar when I have more time? It's a lie. We've all been fed it's a lie we've all been fed, sorry, that mastery requires hours of daily practice. I used to believe this too 10 years ago. I was teaching a 45-year-old, and it goes on and just creates a narrative that would be in this pattern. Of course, you put in your own story there, and then it gives you the points. Again, the action steps and the key insights. The professional and direct style. This would be somebody like Sam Ovens, who the founder of School. It says 15-minute guitar mastery, why less practice creates better results, right? And so it's got his version of an introduction, the outline. Hook funnel style, that'd be more like Russell Brunson, right? The 15-minute guitar revolution, how busy adults master guitar without hours of practice. The introduction, what if I told you that just 15 minutes a day is all you need to become the guitar player you've always wanted to be? I know what you're thinking. Chuck, which is the name I put in here, I've tried learning guitar before, but I've never had enough time, or I'm too old to start now, or maybe I'm just not naturally talented enough. I hear you. As someone who's helped hundreds of busy adults just like you transform from complete beginners to confident players, I've discovered something revolutionary. It's not about practicing more, it's about practicing smarter. I've developed what I call the micro mastery method, a proven system. So you can see like it's coming out highly proficient, ready to go. I literally use this in stage environments. If for some reason I just feel like I'm supposed to change my talk, I can drop this into the AI and it will be ready in 90 seconds. By the time I get to the lectern, by the time I get to the podium to speak, and I can literally just read this and then riff off the points and the key insights. It's that dialed in. And then lastly, the high impact style, which is more going to be more like an Alex Hormozi, right? Where it makes huge claims in the beginning and gets people pumped up by your own expertise. All of these things would obviously naturally need to be, you would need to make sure that the content is representing your thing, but they come in 95% dialed in. So let's look at the other, engine. So we're in the long form idea engine. That takes an idea and gets it ready for YouTube or a podcast or a live talk. The content multiplier takes the YouTube link, right? Or an idea and turns it into a week's worth of micro content for all the platforms. So the YouTube link is the same thing. It's the same form you just saw a moment ago, but instead of adding a transcript or text, you literally just paste in your YouTube link. And so many of you received the link the other day for a video to watch in advance of this this content we're having right now. Let me find. Here we go. And I will show you what that looks like. Sorry, I thought it was going to let me do it a different way, or I would have already had this prepared. So this one is the money right here. They're all fantastic. All right, let's see. Stop a screen share. Now I get to share something else. Okay. So on this one, when you type in your name, and again, we're going through the remove it. Doggone it. On this one, we're in the content multiplier. We can either add a YouTube link and it will pull the transcript out of the YouTube video for us, or we can, again, just type in a single thought. The more robust the thought, the better the content. We give it our name, who we serve, what we want them to know, and then hit send. And in 2 to 4 minutes, it ships it to our inbox. And this is what it looks like. I will add these to the presentation next time so that we don't have to get stuck like this. So sorry. The first thing it gives us is a nurture email for our email list, right? So this one has from our the video last week on 3 pillars of content creation, I believe it was. So it says, stop creating content the hard way. Here's what to do instead. And so it's written in my voice, a nurture email sequence with 3 points and action steps, just as you saw before, but to really copy and paste and send to the email list. It's given me YouTube content. It's given me a title, stop creating content the hard way, 3 AI strategies to scale fast. It's given me the AI or the post content for YouTube. It's given me the timestamps to copy and paste. It's given me a disclaimer for the video. so that I am compliant. It's given me tags that are currently researched for long tail keywords on YouTube right now. Those are copy and paste for SEO. Then it's taken that same little blip I put in there, and it's given me Instagram posts, 7, one for every day of the week, with different themes. This one, I actually updated this earlier today. It will give me those same 5 voicings as before. It will give me a reel intro and then a key insight that it wants me to communicate. So if I'm going to film a reel, I would read one of these intros and then paste the content below that. Here's the content listed right thereafter, and then also the hashtags for Instagram. However, if I don't want to film a reel, I grab the theme, put the words on a text piece, and post it as a reel, and I'm ready to go. It's got 7 of those for Instagram. I'm scrolling down past them. And then the same thing again for TikTok, but these are uniquely researched for TikTok. Again, the theme, the real intros, the post based on what's happening on TikTok right now, shorter, more punchy, a lot more conversational, less professional. That's what TikTok's about. And then the hashtags that go with it, all researched in the moment. 7 more posts, all for TikTok, ready to copy and paste and ship. LinkedIn posts takes the same content as the nurture email, the same content, but then it restructures it as a professional email ready for the LinkedIn audience and formatted in such a way as LinkedIn likes, where each line is like its own paragraph, and it's much more concise and to the point. And then it also gives you Twitter posts, right, for X, 7 to 21, depending on the richness of the content you provide it. If you give it something small like, I want to tell my guitar students to practice 15 minutes, it's going to give you 7 to 9 quotes for it. If you give it a whole YouTube video like this was given, then it's going to give you a lot more original content based on the value of the thing. When it comes to what you share with the AI, overwhelmingly, the best choice is to have it be robust, have it be deep. So let's see if I can go back to the screen share. Okay, so that is the transcript to content, the text content, the YouTube link to content. It's all the same. You grab those, place it in the AI, name, email address, copy, paste, done. The third thing is an email generator. I built this for one of my clients, and it literally $750 just for this one thing. It is an email generator that will generate one of 4 types, because we're in client work. We're posting, whether you're doing content creation for yourself and you're replying as your own self as business, or you're working for clients, communication is a key part of that. And so the nurture email from before, if you need to create a nurture email, but you don't need the weekly content, you don't need the Instagram posts, TikTok stuff, you can just kick out a nurture email in 30 seconds, bang, for your list, so that your list stays primed, stays hot. The professional email generator is the same thing, except that this is for the person who is in meeting with clients, and you need to brain dump kind of coming out of a meeting going forward. This was developed for a client who's in regularly 2-hour plus meetings and just can't keep it all in their head. And so on the way to their vehicle, they would hit record, right? A Loom record, a video, just downloading everything that just happened, all the important key takeaways, the way the meeting went, and hit send. And by the time they put their seatbelt on and start their truck, their email is shipped to their inbox, completely formatted, ready to go. That's the professional email generator. It's the exact same prompts. Every time we click this form, it's going to take us to the same thing, right? It's going to say, what's your first name? What's your last name? Which email do you want the content sent to? And what information do you want the content to process? It's wonderful. The pro concise email is a professional email as before, but this would be more in a executive summary. So just very, very quickly. And then the other one's a personal email, because doggone it, we got those 2 in our life. And this one, the example I give it below is, it says, hi, my name is Scott. I need to write an email about my mom's upcoming 70th birthday celebration. I just got off the phone with my sister, and we had a great conversation about party plans. I want to email my mom and tell her how excited I am for the birthday, and on and on. You download everything you want to say, but haven't said well, hit send, and Content Genesis AI is like a high-level PhD executive assistant that hears what you said, but knows what you meant and says it in such a beautifully dialed in contextual way. And it does it without having to go back and forth, trying to get every prompt dialed in all of the time. And so, friends, I hope that helps. Let me show you. Was I clicking the wrong thing the whole dang time? I don't think I was sharing. So here's the nurture email, the professional email, the professional concise email, and the personal email category. I realized just now I was sharing the wrong screen the whole time. I'll get better at this, I promise. Just getting started. So that is how Content Genesis AI does the whole thing. Now, here's the part where I told you, like, there's an offer. It's $7 a month, and it's absolutely free for a week. So give it a try. If you don't like it, let me know. We're in beta. We're in pilot, right? This is our initial offering. Literally, you are the first few people to hear about this at all. And so it is my gift to you to give it to you for $7 a month for just the content ideation engine. We have clients in Nashville that we charge $4,000 a month just to script and write all their content. One of the folks featured in the review videos on the front page of contentgenesis.ai charges folks $1,000 a month just to write Instagram posts and post 3 a week. So this is incredible. And the $750 is for the email generator. That's literally what I charge to build it. And so all of this has been such a blessing to myself and to my clients. I thought there's no way that I can keep it. We want to be able to give this. If all this did was save you 15 plus hours a week, which it's done for me, 60 hours a month, it would be worth, right, $5,700. If all this did was grow our business faster so that we had to work less, it would be worth $5,700. If all this did was ensure consistent visibility for your brand, but without you having to burn out, it would be worth $5,700. But right now, for this first month, we're going to start out at $7 a month. And I want to just be upfront with you, because it's brand new, because it's a pilot. We don't know what it's worth. I know it's worth these to my individual clients, but in the grand scheme of the marketplace, we're going to raise it every month until we hit a ceiling. And so it will never be cheaper than it is right now. We will be adding other products to this, what we currently are testing in our agency that we haven't been able to release yet. And those will be put in here all as a package deal. And they'll still be for the same price that you sign on with. So, friends, I hope that helps. This is how we do it. This is how we add so much content so fast and can do it in such a consistent, professional way. The best content creators are using AI, and they're not just using AI, they're creating systems. And this has changed my life. It is changing my clients' lives, and I wanted to offer it to you. And I want to thank you for being an early adopter, both for being on this workshop and for even clicking the link. It just means the world to me. And so I'd like to welcome you to the family. If there's anything I can do to help you on your journey, we'd like to see it done. As part of this beta program, we will be hosting a regular Q&A inside the community to talk about AI, to talk about how you're using it, to try to see how we can make the product better. So, friends, again, you get the content ideation engine for creating YouTube, podcasts, long-form content. You get the one-click multiplier, which is going to take just either your YouTube video or just a quote, a thought you had that morning, and turn it into a week's worth of content in less than 4 minutes, straight into your inbox. And then you'll get the email automation engine, which is going to help you process client work and so that you can move faster. Money loves speed. And so we want to be able to free up our time so that we can still do what we're called to do, but without burning out, without the overwhelm. I have lived it. It is a painful journey, but with contentgenesis.ai, it doesn't have to be anymore. So, friends, I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I will hopefully see you soon at contentgenesis.ai.